Hello YouTube viewers and subscribers. It's absolutely gorgeous out here today. Little breezy, you can probably hear that, sorry about that. But there's hardly a cloud in the sky. It's just gorgeous, about 80 degrees in the sun, probably 75 or so in the shade. But let's get to the point. This video I wanted to show you how I grow my pea shoots. And I grow mine a little bit different than what I've been seeing other people do theirs, and I've tried the other method. The most common method is to soak your pea seeds first, but I found that I have a hard time of getting back to them in time, that I tend to over soak them, and then sometimes the seeds don't germinate evenly, and you'll get a couple that get moldy, and you have to pick those out. And so what I've discovered is that for me, I plant them dry. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how I do that. I'll show you a couple things in the Microgreens Palace, kind of catch up a little bit and see how things are going. Follow along. So one of the things I thought I'd take the time to show you today is the way I've been sifting my soil lately. I got a really good deal on this sunshine mix. I got it for about, it was almost exactly $8 each, for each thing. And that's about half price. And might have been closer to 7, but let's go with 8. And it's pretty packed. I mean, it's really, it's really packed in here. And one of those equals about 2/3 of this container it'll fill. And so what I did is the same thing that like Curtis Stone does, and I think that's probably where I got the idea from. And if you haven't seen his videos, go ahead. I'm assuming if you're watching mine, you've already seen his. But so I just empty, part of the bag, and you just sift it through here, and you end up with the perfect microgreen soil. Curtis isn't using necessarily that soil, but this is his method. And still using my Frosted Flakes bowl. Takes 3 scoops to make a microgreen tray. I don't know why I haven't just gotten a bigger scoop yet, so I only have to scoop once, but I need to do that. But you'll see how fluffy. It's so perfect. You don't have to knock any of the clumps out of it. So I take two that are pretty heaping, and then my last one is a little bit lighter. Usually with the peas, I'll actually put a little bit less on the first scoop, because you'll see I'm going to actually put more on top of the seed. In this case, I put a little bit more than I normally would, but not a big deal. The other thing about peas, I don't use 2 trays. I just use a single tray, because the peas I actually I water from above. I don't water these from below. This is one of the only seeds or microgreens I do that with. Almost everything else I water from the bottom, so I use 2 trays, one with holes and one without. So just gonna get these all smoothed out, and then I'll show you planting. All right, those are nice and smoothed out, and now I'm gonna water them pretty heavily, and then I'll put the seed to them. And I want to apologize right now for the jittery video. For some reason I'm a little bit shaky today. I don't know what's up with that. I'm always shaky, but it seems like I'm having a harder time with the camera today than I normally do. So just gonna water this in. Like I said, it's a really light, fluffy soil, so it actually takes a little while for the water to absorb, and it'll actually like kind of puddle up. I don't know if you can really see that. Yeah, I guess you can. It's puddled up in there. That'll absorb in a few seconds. Then I have my seed. And I get Thomas Laxton is like my favorite for basically for cost and production. I get really good production out of it. Germinates really well. You don't get tendrils on these unless you grew them like really big, and at that point you're probably too big for a pea shoot. But they work great. My suggestion, I buy them at Mountain Valley Seed Co. Don't buy less than 5 pounds. It's just not worth it. I get them at 5 pounds. I probably could get bigger amounts than that because I do go through quite a bit. But if you buy 1 pound, I think for the cost of 2 pounds, you can get 5 or right around there. So it's just not even, it's not worth it to consider the 1 pound package. Just go with the 5 pounds and up. And I'll show you what I do. I don't weigh these, I just kind of spread them out the way I think they look nice. I kind of make it almost a even bed. You'll see, I'm going to show you in a little while ones that are fully grown that are ready to harvest. You'll see that my last batch I could have went more dense than I did, but it's actually not a bad thing, because sometimes if you go thinner than you need to, you'll actually get I feel like the ones in the middle grow a little bit better. You won't have as much dampness problems, but that's just me making excuses for why mine is a little bit thinner. So I'm gonna finish getting these all spread out and I'll show you the next steps, all right? Okay, those are all spread out. Basically I just used the remainder of the bag I had left, and they're pretty close. That one's maybe a little bit heavier than that one. I could have gone even a little bit denser than this, but this is not bad. Good use of this bag before I open up another one. So now I'm going to take my Frosted Flake scoop and add another scoop. And I'm going to try to spread this out as evenly as I can. And I found that by covering them up like this, it greatly reduces the chance of mold. Maybe it just covers it if it is there. I don't really know for sure, but I know it makes me feel a lot better that I don't see any moldy seed. And since I've been doing this method, I haven't had to deal with picking out any moldy seeds at all. It's been working pretty well. You don't have to worry about getting absolutely perfect coverage over every seed. You'll see, I'm going to water this again. You'll see that a lot of the seed's going to kind of show up anyways, but I've done this without covering and with covering, and I feel better about covering it. You don't have to. I've had good results doing it both ways, but this isn't exactly difficult to do. All right, good enough for me. Good enough for you guys? I think that was a yes. Now, I'm going to turn my garden hose to flour, which is a lighter mist that will keep it from just kind of really spraying hard and gives it a chance to kind of soak in without moving all the soil around. And I'm going to go ahead and water these really heavily, because you've got to remember, I didn't pre-soak this seed. And if you have soaked pea seed, you know they absorb a ton of water. So don't worry about, you can overwater these quite a bit. That seed's going to soak up that water. Sorry about all the camera movement. All right, so we have planted them. I'm going to stack these trays on top of each other, and then I'll probably plant maybe a tray of amaranth to put on top. Amaranth is one of the few seeds I still have not been stacking. I probably could, I just haven't been doing it. So I can't say that it will work, but so I'll cover them up. I'll stack these on top of each other, and then another tray of amaranth, and that tray will just get covered with an upside down tray. So before I do that, why don't I just finish up this video, show you a little bit more. I got all the fans off right now at the moment. It's noisy. So things are going well. As you can see, my amaranth is growing awesome. Very, very happy. Had to harvest a little bit of that this morning. And you'll notice also, see all the seed and crap that's collecting on my shelves? Well, I've got a plan to fix that, and I'll probably show it in a video sometime. But what I'm going to do is take the end of a big broom, and I'm going to mount it probably down low here somewhere on some like arms or something, and keep a tray under it. And then every time I unstack these trays, I can run them over that broom, and all the seed will drop into a tray rather than all over my shelves. There'll still be a little bit. I come in here every now and then and I vacuum these all up. But yeah, it bothers me. That was that radish experiment. I just been letting them grow. And here are peas. This tray I harvested this morning. There's still a little bit left. I wanted you guys to get a good look at this. This is the way they grow with my method of not pre-soaking them. Like I said, it's a little bit thinner than it could be, but those are some really nice looking, really evenly grown pea shoots, and they're really tender. Now, it's important that you stack peas. There are some other microgreens that you don't have to stack, but peas, I guess you shouldn't say you have to, but you kind of do. What will happen is if you don't stack them, the root will actually push the seed right up, and then you'll have kind of a root, and then the seed, and then the plant growing. And it's not pretty. And if you stack them for a few days until, I don't know, I get about 3/4 of an inch or so of shoot pushing up the other tray, and then I'll go ahead and unstack them. And at that point, the root is well established within the soil, and it won't try to pick the seed up. As you can see, I don't have really any of that at all. And also, like I said, see how nice and clean the soil is? There's no mold, no fungus. You can see even in this one that I already harvested. Nice and clean. No problems there. So I think that's enough for this video. And really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And keep watching. Thank you.